Well, everybody, look at that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sighting. 2 male cheetah, our male friends. Unfortunately, they seem to be about to head off into Mala Mala, which is a bit sad, but we're just going to have a quick view of them. What a joy to have these cats, Karula and her cubs, over the last little while. We have truly been blessed beyond it. We are so lucky. We'll just move along here. I'm pretty sure the other one will get up and come across as well. Now, we can only be on the boundary. This is the kind of end of when we're going to be able to see them. Isn't that wonderful? Unfortunately, that's going into Mala Mala, but that's okay. They look very fat. They look like they've had an exceptionally good meal. Stunning stuff. Fantastic. So they are, for those of you who don't know, everybody, we're not going to be able to see them again once they've got into Mala Mala. This is fantastic. James Richard, you say, considering cheetah have such an incredibly low genetic diversity, you say, are they likely to be more susceptible to diseases? Definitely. Absolutely. To some extent. But at the same time, although they are probably susceptible to more diseases, everyone, they are pretty resilient. And you know, the big legend you'll hear is that cheetah are all descended from one female. You know, their genetic diversity is so low that they're probably all descended from one female. Now, I'm not convinced that that's true. I don't know. I mean, they can pretty accurately tell, I suppose, from sort of genetic studies. But whether that's, you know, how susceptible to disease that makes them, or if it's actually true or not, I don't know. But I think it's become one of these things that is quoted by guides all over the world now, simply because, you know, I'm not sure how thoroughly it's been investigated. But they do have a lower genetic diversity, and apparently you can do a skin graft from any cheetah anywhere in the world, and it will take. And that's because the genetics of them are pretty low. The pool is shallow. Very nice. They're just marking territory. And the territory, of course, of a cheetah is temporary. It's not it doesn't stick in an area like a leopard or a lion territory, because their distribution is almost solely based on their ability to avoid other predators. We are very, very lucky, everyone. Cubs, leopard, and magnificent cheetah. This is a rare treat, and for those of you who are perhaps new viewers, you know we don't see cheetah very often at all. It's not common for us to view them like this. And simply because there are not that many around, the habitat is not ideal for them. Oh, I got a picture there, if you can believe it, Veer, but I did miss his feet, unfortunately. Everybody, I am the world's slowest and possibly most useless photographer. Yeah, no, it's a disaster. I'll show you the picture a bit later. VM, of course, will derive enormous amusement from it. And I think one of them, although they're probably brothers, and although you'll be told that there isn't a great deal of kind of dominance between the two. It would seem to me that one of them always follows the other. So this chap, you can see, is basically doing what his brother's doing. He's marking on the same trees and marking in the same places, but well behind. Let's just see if we can't get a last view of them. Oh, we've still got them there, everyone. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm afraid that's going to be the best view we have of them. They'll probably lurk there for a little while. It's still quite cool, so I suspect they'll move. I'm 95% sure they won't be doing any hunting, simply because they are very full already. You could see their bellies swollen and hanging. So I don't think there's going to be much in the way of hunting today. Now, Richard, you want to know if the territory of a lion and a cheetah overlaps. They do overlap, Richard. They must overlap. And they overlap for a very good reason, and that is that they eat different things. They occupy a different niche. And although there is overlap in what they eat, they occupy a different niche. And so there is overlap, but cheetah will avoid lions at all costs. Their distribution is often, and quite interestingly, is normally dictated by the distribution of male lions. Now, only about a quarter of a mile from here, there are 3 male lions feeding on a buffalo carcass. So in this particular case, it doesn't seem to have made a huge difference. There's a very amusing vehicle next to us. And Velma, you're wondering about how they're going to mate. Are they going to find females? Will they leave their territory to go and find females? Yes, I suppose they might. But I think you'll find more it's a case of females actually seeking them out. So often that happens with the cats, where the female will seek out the male, and she will lie down, or she will come and mark in an area. And what happens is that there is a female that moves through this area. She'll mark her territory here, and if she's coming into estrus, that will leave a certain amount of pheromone in the urine. They'll pick that up, and they will then try and find her. Beautiful afternoon, at least morning. I think they'll probably get up again and move off to the south. And we'll try and go to those lions as well at some stage. I think there was such a mad rush for the lions and for the cheetah that people who were in the lion sighting came screaming out to have a look at these chaps. Now they've gone back to the lions. So I think we'll just stand by and enjoy this, and then perhaps we'll go to the lions. Not sure what Karula's story is at the moment. There you can see they're getting up and moving now. It's completely opposite to what I said initially. I initially said that I thought that male that's been left behind here was the one who was leading the charge, and I don't think that is the case anymore. You can see they look almost identical, and we don't spend enough time around them to really be able to see the difference. Anyway, everybody, I think that's going to be it. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful special cats. We're so lucky to see them, and I don't think they look very big from where you're sitting, but they're very tall, They'll probably stand at the shoulders, that's the top of their backs, about as tall as your shoulders, and that's a pretty big animal. It probably weighs as much as a full-grown man. So big cats. And of course the cheetah, as everybody knows, or if you don't, you will now, is the fastest land mammal in the world. You know how fast they can run? They can run at 100 kilometers per hour. That's the same speed as you and your dad drive along the highway. That's an amazing speed, but they can't run for very, very far. So if you have any questions at all, if you want to ask Byron anything about the things that we're seeing, please feel free to ask us questions. We'd love to hear from you. Now,
to the screen. There's the cheetah. Right in the center. You can see it moving there. There we go. Sure, well, we got to see our cheetah. That's incredible. But, yeah, it's quite far south of the boundary. Unfortunately, we can't drive across there. Don't want to move too much. It looks like, and I'm almost certain, it's one of the males that James saw this afternoon. I saw movement of another one just off to the right. It's not easy, but you can definitely see a bit of movement there. Yeah, almost exactly in the center of the screen, just right of that tree. So both males still in that area. Still hanging around these clearings. These are beautiful clearings for... We're going to wait here and just see. Maybe these cheetah get up and move closer towards us. While we do that, James is still sitting with some elephant.